See?
Wow.
Those are baller numbers right there. 190, 332, just under 10 launch at 2,400 spin. Those are golf course numbers. If I showed those numbers to Jon Rahm, sold, done, ready to rock, there we go.
So look, I've always been a triple diamond dude. They just, every time a new product drop, Callaway send me a triple diamond. That's
It's a nice life.
It's a nice life. It's a nice life. You know what I mean? You know something about that life. You know something about that.
I do a little bit.
But I've never even tried the other heads to see where I fall into the spectrum of, you know, like, is this what's best for me? Is it too low spinning? Is it too low high launching? You know what I mean?
Yeah, because not every better player or even tour player falls into that head.
Right,
I've been seeing that anywhere in here.
I've been seeing more of that too. As I check, you know, the tour players that come through, I pull their head cover off. I'm like, man, you playing this, you playing that. Yeah. It's kind of like a hodgepodge. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So there's a couple of things that we're going to pay attention to here today. Spin, which is kind of the king of all, you know, aerodynamics in my opinion. That's your lift. That's how you get launched and carry and all that kind of stuff. We're going to pay attention to ball speed. You're already a high speed player. Yeah. Right? So if I see one of these heads with substantially better numbers and maybe slightly slower, then there's a conversation to be had. Yeah. Right? Yeah. So we're going to pay attention to that. You have pretty cool numbers. I'm going to have you hit 3 with your gamer. We'll take the best 2, kind of get the average of those 2. And then we're going to try Paradym and then Paradym X, and I'll kind of explain each head as we go. Okay. But your stock shot, I've seen you play enough golf, you hit either kind of a tight draw or one that's pretty straight. Yeah. But I want to hit fades, but me trying to hit fades keeps the ball straight. Okay. So yeah, you know what I mean? Enough. So like that's my safety. Call it the neutralizer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Fine.
It keeps my demons from at bay.
Okay. So we're on Foresight GC Quad as always. It's a Callaway video, or it's a Roger Steele video, but we like to use the best stuff here. And let's see you whack one. Down by the American flag?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, that was well. That's a Roger Steele ball. That's a pretty stock ball. Okay, so this is where it gets like, you're at 11.5 launch, awesome. 2150 roughly spin, say 20, we'll call it 2100 spin to round it out. Yeah. 191 ball speed at 344 carry. Okay. So obviously the speed and the carry are amazing, right? We're a little downwind, but you still hit that right out of the middle of the face. Right. Hit one more. Now I'm gonna have you kind of hit a different kind of shot. Okay. Because you don't always swing the driver like that. Sometimes you gotta control it. So I wanna see what happens when you tee a little lower.
We haven't played enough golf. I don't control the ball, Johnny.
Well, I need you to try and control this one. This is what we call kind of your fairway finder. So, you know, it's one that's going to have a little bit more spin. You
mean to tell me people got shots they hit the fine fairways?
Yes.
I thought that was just an act of God,
you ever see some of those guys on tour, though? They'll tee the ball down like this.
I've seen it.
And they actually hit down on it.
I've seen it. I haven't dove into it that much, Johnny. I ain't going to lie to you.
I tried it a couple of times, and I flushed one. The other one, I took like a 3-foot divot, and I'll never do it again. All right,
so I got this ball teed down low. Yep. I'm going to try to hit down on it a little bit.
Just like, this is like your off-speed pitch. Like, you're just trying to hit, you got to hit the fairway. Just like that. That's actually exactly what I wanted to do. Probably a little Healy. Okay, so you only hiked up in spin. 24, it's 8 launch at 24, 29 spin. Yeah. So for that launch, 8 degrees, which is low, lowish. Yeah. 2400 spin is like right on the razor's edge of not being enough.
2400. So that's
because 2400 spin at 8 launch. So if it was 10 launch or 11 launch at 2400 spin, then you're happy. Yeah. So I'm trying to get you.
And what does that do? So if I got a low launch and I kick the spin up, what is
the ball in the air? It's lift.
So that ball just not staying in the air.
It's right on the razor's edge. It's just enough, but you have nowhere to go from there because you hit that solid, right?
Right. That was a good well-struck ball.
So you're maxed out. Yep. So that's as good as that shot's going to get. Right. I'd like to make it better.
So I could use, if I was going to control the ball with a fade, I should be looking for a little bit more spin.
Which I can do because you're on your triple diamond driver, you have 14-gram weight up front and a 2-gram weight in the back. Right. I can jerry-rig the weights and either move the light one up front, which will kick the spin up, or I can get different weights in a 16-gram combination, get like 10 and 6 to take a little bit of weight out of the front and give you a little bit more weight back, which stabilizes the back and the front of the head.
How much I got to pay you right now just to fix my stuff?
Let's see the other head. So we already know what this one does. Give me this one.
Okay, all right.
And your shaft you've had forever. So he's got a Project X Hazardous black, 6.5, 75 gram. It's stiff, it's heavy. It's exactly the kind of shaft that you would expect him to have. He's a big, strong kid. So now we're going to go into something a little different.
Johnny over here talking to me about stuff I didn't even know existed. We could customize the weight combinations in here just to
do all sorts of stuff to this thing. That's what makes it fun, though.
Sound a little kinky, but I'm kind of into that.
Tell you what, I'm lonely. Okay, so this is what we're doing. So now we're in the Paradym, call it Paradym Standard.
Okay, the Standard.
This is for most, it's gonna fit the widest swath of golfers. It's your fastball down the middle. It's fast, it's forgiving, you have adjustability back here. So
faster than the, would you say
for me, it is.
Yeah.
Like I got about 2 miles an hour faster out of this head than I did the triple diamond. For me, the triple diamond I liked because I can hit a little cutter with it. There's things I could do with it, and I like the shape better. I like the way it looks better.
Right.
Right, but if looks was nothing, and I wanted to look at something a little bigger, then this head it's a no-brainer.
Okay.
Okay? So what I did here is I moved there's a 15-gram weight in the back. I actually moved it all the way to the draw setting.
Yeah.
The cool thing about this head is moving it in the draw setting actually makes it a neutral center of gravity. It doesn't make it draw biased at all.
Oh,
moving it here makes it kind of fade biased, and moving it out here is like super fade biased.
Right.
So I'm gonna move you over the rainbow and see how much of an effect it has as you go.
Okay.
Okay.
So right now you got this in a little bit. Oh, this is a different head shape altogether.
But like you, I'm used to triple diamond head, so I'm used to that shape.
Right.
So I go to that shape. So that's a 9-degree head, right at 9 degrees, just like your head is. That was pounded.
Oh my God.
Okay, so this is where it gets interesting for you.
That was a good swing, though.
That was a really good swing, but look at the numbers. 10 launch, 2,600. You're gonna launch this higher,
right?
Just by nature, it's supposed to do that,
right?
But now we're at 10 launch, which is awesome, at 2,600 spin, which is a little high,
right?
But that's on the razor's edge on the ceiling of maybe too much spin. But 188 ball speed at 324. So hit one more, and I'm gonna move, after that, I'm gonna move that weight over to the toe.
Oh.
Okay, there's your miss hit.
That's the miss.
Yep, 8. But see how bad you missed that? That would have been on your driver. That would have been like 1,700 spin.
Yeah.
It's a 2,300 spin.
I never want to see that miss when I'm on a golf course.
Okay, so give me the driver.
I never want to see that miss.
Okay, watch this. Watch this.
Check this out.
Check this out. So I'm gonna go right past the middle. I'm gonna go all the way to the fade.
Okay.
Moving this weight in the fade setting makes it really fade biased. But when I mean fade bias, I mean it's gonna be harder to make hook spin.
Okay.
Right, but I can play with a face angle, right, to get the ball to start further left, but we're not gonna do that yet.
So now the science of this is weight out on the toe, the head rotates slower.
Slows the toe down.
Slows the toe down.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you hit this solid, Roger, it'll fall right. It won't fall left, it'll fall right.
Okay, all right.
In theory, obviously. I don't know how you react to it, but. See?
Wow.
See, now we're in a good, like, those are baller numbers right there. 190, 332, just under 10 launch at 2,400 spin. Those are golf course numbers.
Yep.
If I showed those numbers to Jon Rahm, sold, done, ready to rock, there we go, we're good. Because he loves that number and that number.
Right.
10 at 24.
So basically the difference with the Paradym, with the standard Paradym, we shifted all the way up to the right. I'm not getting any of my, like it slows the toe down, but it keeps the spin high enough so that my fade stays in the air as long as it needs to.
Right, so now I want you to try and turn one over. I want you to try, like say for example, like we're at 13 at that super famous golf course we can't say the name of, because we'll get sued, but you're on 13 there, you gotta hit a big hook around the corner. Give me that shot. Now what you should do, hopefully, is if you do it right, it'll start a little right and then turn left. It won't start straight and go left, it'll start right and go left.
Yeah. I couldn't even turn it.
It's hard to turn over, isn't it?
I'll actually cut it a little bit.
Yeah, so that's that weight in the toe doing its job.
It won't let me.
You shouldn't be able to turn it over. Okay, so now give me this driver. So now we're gonna give you the Paradym X.
I'm kind of liking that though, bro. Like more than I thought I would.
I'm kind of falling in love with this head myself.
Yeah.
I always dig into the triple diamonds because they're cool and it's what I played in the past and it's what I know.
Yep.
But even last year with Rogue ST triple diamond, I ended up hitting the Rogue ST Max most of the year because I could turn it over, I could hit these big cuts, it was fast. Like, it was just getting over the fact that it wasn't like the cool tour driver.
Yeah.
But I played my best golf last year with the Rogue ST Max. So I'm thinking about going to this head.
Because the interesting thing about that last shot is that was a very shitty swing.
And look at how it ended up.
Shot shape though, you know what I mean?
Shot shape, and that ball's in your hand.
Exactly.
You're still playing golf. You're not hitting another ball.
I'll put that same swing on something else and you know what I mean?
You're hitting another one.
No, I'm gonna go down there and take an illegal drop. Act like you don't see me.
Those aren't white stakes, they're red stakes.
Those red stakes. I'm colorblind. Johnny,
I'm not
leave me
crying,
alone.
you're crying. All right, so this is Paradym X.
All right.
Okay, so this is your super forgiving, still fast, it's still Callaway driver, slightly higher launching, and of the three heads, like this is not a draw bias driver, but of the three heads, it's the easiest to turn over.
Okay.
Okay. So I actually took that down to 8 degrees aloft.
Okay.
Sort of neutralize the launch versus because it's gonna launch higher.
Okay.
You don't need any help getting the ball in the air. But I have a feeling this is gonna be the fastest of the bunch, this head.
Oh, that started off straight left.
Well, I was already right there, 192.
Ball speed kicked up.
Ball speed, yep.
But I'm definitely reloading right there.
7 launch at 1900 spin. So what did we learn before? 7 launch at 1900, is that enough spin to keep the ball in the air?
That's not gonna keep it in the air.
No.
That's not gonna keep it in the air.
7 launch at 2500 are good numbers.
So a little pull.
So what they say on tour is like, is the ball in your hand or is it out of your hand?
Right.
You want to keep the ball in your hand the whole time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Try this one more time. I could, like, as I'm sitting this down, what's interesting about it is I feel like the face wants to close. As I rest it on the ground, it wants to like.
It could be the optics of the head too. It's like you're used to a deeper face.
Yeah.
So longer faces are going to catch the eye out a little further, so it looks like it wants to flop over.
It looks like it's, okay, okay.
There it is. That's pretty money.
That had no spin on it.
Nope. This is an interesting head for you.
That's interesting, dog. It's like
10 launch at 1800 spin. That's interesting.
Why you think this is supposed to be the highest spinning head?
Because of where you're catching it on the face.
Okay.
My hunch is that you're catching it on the face because I don't have the stickers on this right. My hunch is that you're catching it either out here or out here.
Right.
Which is a low spin part of the driver.
Right. Let me just try to hit.
So give me one, maybe tee it up a little higher, and I want you to actually try and turn this one over again. It should go left to left, but I just want to see what happens if maybe you catch one to see if the spin kicks up.
Johnny say I'm hitting the low spin part of the face. You mean I'm just not hitting the sweet spot is what you're saying?
No, that's still a sweet spot.
All right, all right.
It's just that, I call it the FU ball. So when you hit it, when you're not a fast swinger, but you catch one out of there and all of a sudden you're hitting up with the guys that hit at 180 ball speed, and you're like, yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy. I teed this up a little bit higher.
I've been doing that for years.
Bro, I cannot spin this head.
1380 spin, 11.6. Isn't that crazy?
What? Like, it's crazy.
But in theory, that head the spin should hike up. Everything should hike up. But you don't know. This is the point of this video. You don't know until you try.
Right. So actually, if I was looking for the lowest spinning head,
that for you, for Roger Steele today, that one is the lowest spinning head.
I'll try one
But watch
more.
this. Hold on. Let me give it back to me really quick. I'm gonna put a degree aloft on it. Watch this.
I just hit that with 1400 spin, dog.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
That ball's got no integrity.
Bro, who would want a 1400 spin ball? Can anybody use that?
Yeah, but see, I give this driver to my old man. He launched it at 11 with 2600 spin. Hits it right out of the middle of the face. Ball goes further than anything else he has.
Right.
It's just it's just, that's why you got to get fit for stuff.
My swing don't want the game that easy.
I feel like this will be a very insightful video for your audience.
Oh yeah. I don't never talk about clubs because I don't want to sound stupid. Because then I feel like I'm gonna get a text from you like, Roger.
What did you say?
Yeah, because the moment of inertia when you pull back the centrifugal force on the 7th diameter of the...
When my son was 4, he used to go, what did you said? This is going to be cool. You're going to like this if my hunch is right. There it is. See the spin, see the launch, everything was perfect. 189, 336, 2089. So right now at 9 degrees, that's still a little on the lower spin side. It's close. That's close.
This is the lowest spinning head that we have out here for me right now.
For you, yeah. The way you deliver it and where you hit it on the face, that's the lower spin. So like if, for example, somebody said, Roger, you're spinning that head too much, you go, no, Triple Diamond's the lowest spinning head. You wouldn't know. Now you know.
Right.
Now you know, like when your ball's flying a certain way, or if you're starting to see numbers a little weird, you're like, you know exactly where to go. I need to try that Paradym X head.
Right.
Because for me, that one doesn't spin as much as I need it to.
Right.
Right?
So, I mean, some takeaways from this, though, obviously you got to go get fit to see where you fall in the spectrum.
To do this.
And that's independent of your skill level, perceived level, or past heads that you've had experience with. And then the other thing, like with a personal question to you, what's going to be, out of these 3, the best one for me to get more acquainted with?
I think, well, we're going to try one more thing before this video ends here, because this is going to be cool. I'm going to take the weights. I'm going to move the heavy weight back. In your head.
In my Triple Diamond head?
In your Triple Diamond head.
Okay.
Because I might be able to achieve the good numbers you're getting with the Paradym Standard just by switching the weights around.
Okay.
Because I know your awesome numbers with this head. I got them in my brain. And you already have pretty good numbers with this one, but I'd like to get you about 1.5 degrees more of launch and maybe a couple hundred RPMs that spin more.
Just a little bit more spin.
Just a little bit more. Like you're teetering right on the edge. But if I do this, I have a hunch that I'm going to take you off of the edge and put you like right in the happy zone.
Okay.
And this is the same thing we did with Steph. Steph's numbers are not as fast as you, but similar.
Yeah.
Lower launch, spin was getting a little low, and then we just swapped their weights around. He went from like, that's pretty good to like,
that's it.
Quickly. And that's all those swings on the video. You saw him, you getting all excited. Exactly. That's when we swapped the weights around.
Steph need to come holler at your boy though, you know what I mean? He be talking tough on the text.
He's a gearhead though.
But then every time I tell him, you know what I mean, I want to make something happen, then he go quiet like, oh, I'm trying to lock in for the season. Yeah, I'm trying to lock in. Do the right thing, bro.
Come see me.
Come see me.
I think this, with the weight in the back, I think this is going to be
This is going to be a fan favorite?
This is going to be the winner, yeah. So what I'm looking for, what I'm dying to see, ball speed I don't care about anymore because you hit all of them pretty fast. You're all between 188 and 192.
Yeah.
I would love to see 10 or 11 launch and like 23 to 2400 spin.
Okay.
On a good one, the one that you mash. That was pounded. Yeah, we're in happy zone now. Look at that.
Oh, baby.
Look at that. Those are golf course numbers.
This is golf course.
13, 25, 191, 336. That ball's never out of your control.
Yeah.
Never out of your control. And you hit that shot that should have a little bit more spin because that wasn't like a rope hook. It was like a straight one.
A straight one, yeah.
So once again, Jon Rahm hits that shot, like in a testing session, he knows that driver's right in the pocket.
So I'm doing the right thing with the Triple Diamond. Me and you gonna spend some time. I'll take you to dinner or something, and we're gonna get these weights dialed, and you gonna tell me.
The head's good. Like the head's good. I think there's probably a shaft for feel maybe, because that's a brick house.
Yep.
You might need something with a little more feel for those days you're not super. We've been hitting balls a lot today.
Right.
So we're juiced up now.
Yeah.
But on the days you show up at the golf course, it's 8 o'clock. You don't want to need to get to the 4th hole to be warm enough to hit your driver.
Right.
That shaft's like you got to be full tilt all the time.
All
like you're party pumping and like that's a lot of golf shaft, even for you.
You the man, dog. You still the GOAT. You remain the GOAT.
Thanks, brother. Any questions, you go to, where do you go? CallawayGolf.com? The Wunder website? Come see me.
And Johnny Wunder's personal cell phone number is
911? That's a wrap.